In the second section, we'll be talking about messaging in general. In this section, we are going to take a look at configuring the RabbitMQ service bus, creating the commands and events, implementing some helper classes and methods, then defining our API and endpoints, and finally subscribing to the messages that will be sent to our service bus. In this video, we'll be talking about configuring the RabbitMQ service bus. So at the very beginning, we'll quickly discuss what the RabbitMQ is and how we can initialize it on our local machine. RabbitMQ is one of the most popular service buses tools out there. It's been developed for many years now, and as you can see, by the time I was recording this video, there were quite a recent update, pretty much a few weeks ago. Of course, there are different service buses as well, like Azure Service Bus or ZeroMQ and many others, but it really depends what are your needs, whether you are more into finances, whether you want some particular features like Drape queues, or whether you care about the order at which your messages are being distributed in your bus. But we'll just stick to the RabbitMQ as it's a very popular and a very reliable service bus. If you don't know what a service bus is, well, in general, it's a kind of service to which you can send the messages. So in our application, we'll be sending basically two types of messages, like commands and events. And once you send a message to the service bus, you can have one or more subscribers that subscribe to the particular type of a message. So for example, let's say we'll have a message or a command called create a user or register account. You can send a message to the service bus, and then let's say there is a user service that subscribes to the register account message, and once it sees that such message was actually pushed to the service bus, it can consume a message. And what you can do next? Well, for example, such service can produce another message, let's say an event. And the event could be named like account created or user registered or whatever makes sense. And then you can push another message to the service bus, to which of course you can have as well one or more subscribers. And so on and so on. So this is basically the idea behind a service bus, that you have this centralized service to which you push the messages, and then you have multiple subscribers that subscribe to the particular types of messages, and they consume it and produce another types of messages, and it goes like this. So we'll be using the RabbitMQ. So if you want to run the RabbitMQ on your local machine, you can do it at least in two ways. So the first one is that actually you would go to the RabbitMQ and you would go to this download section, and here you would actually just download the RabbitMQ and install it on your local machine. In order to run the RabbitMQ, you will also need to install the Erlang, as it's built mostly on the Erlang, which is a functional programming language. However, there is also another way. So another way is that you could use, for example, this service in the cloud, cloudimqp.com. And IMQP comes from the standard of the messages that are being sent to the service bus. So if you take a look at the pricing, you can find that they have one plan for free, and it's really nice for development. So you could just create an account there and use their service cloud actually as your service bus from your local machine. However, there is also another option, and I'm using this one, and I'm running it on my local machine. However, I'm running it through the Docker. We'll talk about Docker a little bit later on in this course. However, if you have installed Docker on your computer machine, you can run the service bus very easily. So let me show you. I will just type docker run and expose the port for the RabbitMQ, which is 5672, and just run it like this, RabbitMQ. And this will actually run the RabbitMQ on my local machine, to which I can easily connect from my API using just a default localhost. So it's up to you whether you want to install it like following the full installation guide, or run it through a Docker, or run it from some service cloud. In this video, we talked in general what a service bus is, how to work with RabbitMQ, and how to run it on your local machine.